I am privileged enough to be here in Ireland for a year on a Fulbright Award, a Fulbright Scholar Award, and I am doing a year-long research project on reproduction and motherhood in Irish history. So I'm here doing archival research at lots of different archives across Dublin, including the Irish Film Archive, the National Library, the National Archives, the Midwifery and Nursing Board archives. And so I'm going to write a book on motherhood in 20th century Ireland. And I'm also interested in exploring the connections between motherhood and Irishness, or the Irish nation. But for as long as I can remember in my scholarly or academic career, Fulbright's been something I've been aware of and its prestige, and I've known several people who have gone on Fulbrights before. So when it came time for me to have a sabbatical and do my own research, I immediately thought of Fulbright. Ireland was the perfect fit for me because I research Irish history and I do modern Irish women's history, and so the opportunity to be in Ireland, based in Dublin for a year, supported by Fulbright, rather than coming over for a few weeks here and there, has just been absolutely wonderful. It's been the perfect opportunity for me. My expectations as a Fulbright scholar, I think I expected that coming to Ireland as a Fulbright scholar would kind of be like coming to Ireland as a tourist, or coming to Ireland on a few-week visit like I've done before. And I've been really surprised that coming to Ireland as a Fulbright scholar is a really different experience, and that I really feel like Dublin has become my second home. Academically, I feel like being a Fulbright scholar has allowed me to make connections and inroads all across not only Dublin, but the entire island. So I think being a Fulbright has allowed me to sort of come and have an instant community. And I think that's been the most rewarding thing so far, is to just not sort of be here on my own, but to be integrated into a community right off the bat because of Fulbright, because of the connections that you can make through Fulbright. I suppose what I'm really surprised about personally is, again, sort of how at home I feel here and the relationships I've made here, how enthusiastic people are about the research I'm doing, not just within academia, but taxi drivers or B&B operators or people I meet on the street are so friendly, and they're asking me what I'm doing here, and as soon as I tell them, they have their own opinion and they want to talk about it. So I think it's just so wonderful to feel like you have a second home. A home that's where your research takes you, but also where personally you can grow. When I got this award, we had thought initially that my husband would be able to come with me. And he was here for the first month or so, but what ended up happening is that I discovered that, being here as a Fulbright scholar, I'm so busy, and I have so much to do, and there's so many things professionally that I need to be focusing on, that after a while we sort of thought, it would maybe make more sense for me to be here alone and for he to come back and forth as much as he can. And that's worked out well so far. It's been challenging, but it's also nice as, a woman who's been married for a long time to have the time and the space to have a life of the mind and to get involved in the academic world like I haven't really been able to do before. I would say so far the one special thing that's made my Fulbright so rewarding is the people I've met and the sense of community that I feel here in all different aspects of my life. I feel a real sense of community in the academic realm and at UCD where I'm based. I feel a sense of community through the Fulbright, through the people who work at the Fulbright and other Fulbrighters as well. We've gotten to know each other. I feel like we've become family far from home. So I think it's just sort of having this unique community of scholars and researchers and just wonderful people. I guess if I could offer Fulbrighters, future Fulbrighters, any advice, it would be to, when you arrive in Ireland, whether you're in Dublin or Galway or Cork, wherever you are, take a day to throw out your map, to put on your walking shoes, and just to explore. And as you explore, go off the beaten path, avoid the touristy places, talk to people, talk to locals and ask them, hey, where would you go? And I think those have been some of my best days in Ireland, have been when I've just decided to explore on my own, go off the beaten path, and you can find real treasures that way.